Concrete is used in nearly every business and residence thanks to its durability and low cost. Whether it's your home, farm, or business, your concrete will likely need maintenance or repair given our harsh winters. The team at Cash Concrete has over 20 years experience and is able to provide the best, most cost-effective service in today's market. Call 701-219-0425 or visit cashconcretefm.com to get your free quote. Cash Concrete, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota commercial businesses and the community since 1995.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Maybe you need a summer getaway. Contact Josh Weedcheck, your local hometown licensed real estate agent with Priority Real Estate in Barnesville. Josh will assist you in finding a new home for you and your family. Whether it's a pre-existing home or a lot available to build your own dream home, call or text Josh today, 218-790-2477. Priority Real Estate, wishing the Trojans the best of luck in today's game. Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your local Health Mart Pharmacy and Hardware Hank store in Barnesville. Open weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays until noon. Stop in at 117 Front Street. Get everything you need for your home. Smoke alarms, thermometers, Ethernet, coax cable, and maybe a little something for your kitchen. Baking goods, paper supplies, toasters, coffee pots, griddles, and stove and oven accessories. Don't forget that Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your Valspar Paint headquarters. Barnesville Drug and Hardware. Give them a like and follow on Facebook. Barnesville Drug and Hardware wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963. All right, welcome back. Don't forget you can follow us online at our social media accounts. You can find them all on our website, too, at magnitudesn.com. MagnitudeSN on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and, of course, Magnitude Sports on Instagram. And if you go to magnitudesn.com, click on the schedule button, you can take a look at what's coming up here on Magnitude Sports. So the doubleheader today, and then we have game 1 of 3 of the Fargo Post 400 Blue-White series, with game 1 happening tomorrow at 5 p.m. And then a big day for you on Thursdays. Game 2 of the Blue-White series is on Thursday. We have the doubleheader in Perham featuring the DGF Rebels as they go on the road to take on the Yellow Jackets. And then we'll also have the Holly Nuggets and the Pelican Rapids Vikings live on Magnitude Sports tomorrow. 2 at 4 o'clock, with the third one kicking off at 5 o'clock, and all 3 of them being on the air simultaneously at some point after that. And then Friday, May 19th, we're excited to make the trip out to Evansville, Minnesota, as the Brandon Evansville Chargers will host the Pelican Rapids Vikings. And then it's back to Dakota Fusion Soccer on May 20th, as the Fusion hosts the Minnesota Twin Stars at Jim Gutta Stadium in Moorhead.
Leading out game 2, the right fielder, number 6, Austin Anderson.
Still got to reset our score, so we'll go to the top of the first and do just that. As you can see there, the Rebels won 10-0 in the previous game. And usually I have this done before we get back to the game, but it's just been a longer day than I expected it to be here. All right, 2-1 the count now here as Austin check that. That is actually Landon Johnson. Actually, no, that was Austin Anderson. And now it's Landon Johnson. Okay, I had it right the first time around. So 1 out.
Shortstop number 5, Landon Johnson.
All right, so now it's Landon Johnson, and he'll hit this one out towards Hagen. Hagen will fail to pick it up when we have our first error of game 2. So Landon Johnson reaches on an error. And Grant Anderson will step up to the plate now here.
First baseman number 18, Grant Anderson.
Brody Gray is on the mound pitching here for the Barnesville Trojans, and here in game 2 of this doubleheader. And that will just miss for a ball. It's 1-0. Grant Anderson has made contact with the ball 5 times. He's come up with 2 hits and 2 flyouts and 1 groundout on his at-bats here at Magnitude Sports. This one flared out foul down the third base side for strike 1. It's 1-1 the count now here to Grant Anderson. Owen Hoover is on deck. We might see Peyton Oz this inning. All depending on what happens here over this upcoming at-bat. It'll be 1 at-bat at a time here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. That runner is Landon Johnson on first. Swung on and popped up and right over the broadcast booth. Good for strike number 2. Had a hamburger in between games. I have to rank that number 2 right underneath West Fargo's hamburgers. And I know that disappoints some people here, but they are really, really good here at the DGF concession stand. But they're missing that one element. And with that said, I'm probably never going to be invited back here again. No. 1-2 still to Grant Anderson. Although Rebels did win 10-0 in that first game, so I can't say if I had anything to do with that or not, but I might have to try and claim something here soon. Two balls and 2 strikes. And this one popped up, and they will watch it fall to the ground for a unofficial strike, and the count will remain right at 2-2 here at Bob Marshall Field in Dilworth, Minnesota. I want to say hi to Jim watching from Denver, North Carolina. Thanks for watching, Jim. Appreciate that. One of our loyal viewers. Ooh, and that one, no, it didn't hit him, but it looked like it was going to. And moving to third now is Landon Johnson. So full count at 3-2 with Landon Johnson taking third. So Brody Gray pitching, Quincy Morey catching. Joey Torfin at first, Colin Morey at second, Ash O'Brien the shortstop, Carson Hagen at third. Max Olson is in left field, Brady Nozzle in right field, and Jay Chumperlin in center field, and Grant Anderson on first base with a walk. So runners on the corners now here for the Rebels.
Second baseman number 3, Owen Hoover.
And Owen Hoover will step up to the plate now. And that one's heading deep to center field, left center field. It'll drop. It'll at least be a double, and 2 runs will score, and DGF takes a 2-0 lead on that deep hit to left center by Owen Hoover.
Number 7, the pitcher, Peyton Oz.
Peyton Oz is the batter now. So 1 out, runner on second. And Peyton Oz drills it foul down the third base line. So 280 straight away down the first base line into right field to the fence. You got about 320 to right center, 340 to straightaway center, 357 to left center, 345 to deep left, and 295 down the third base line is how this field's measurements rank out from right to left field. One ball, one strike now the count here to Peyton Oz. And Oz right over the third baseman, Hagen. He'll fire it across the diamond on the scoop. It's not picked up. That'll be a throwing error. And the runners will advance. And we're still looking for that first. Well, no, DGF does have that first hit of the game now, but you would think they'd have more by now. But they don't. It's another error for Barnesville.
Designated hitter number 15, Carson Barrett. Cruiser in for Oz, number 8, Paul Majerus.
All right, so runners on first and third once again here for the Rebels. Bo Majerus coming in to run at first base, take over the running responsibilities there. Bo Majerus actually on second base. I think that's what they were trying to tell me. Strike is called, 0-1. No balls and 2 strikes here. Barnesville only struck out a total of 2 batters for DGF in game 1 of the doubleheader here as they went on to a 10-0 win after 4.5 innings of play. And that one will apparently just miss. Home plate umpire dragging out that ball 1 call there to put a little intensity to it, I guess, if that's how you want to put it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one, a 2-hopper down the third base line. Can he throw it over to first this time with no error? He can. They'll trade the run for the out, and it's 2-0. And that will leave a runner alone on second. Majerus stays where he's at. So Barrett with an RBI ground out on a 5-3. And now it's Brody O'Keefe, the Mac, as it's 3-0. Brody O'Keefe had a decent game in game 1. We'll see if he can keep it going here in game 2. And this one will be hit out towards Hagen at third, and he will fire it across, and it's there for the third out. So they will strand 1 on base, but they get 3 more across the plate. And it's 3-0 here after the top half of the first in favor of the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels. 3 runs on a hit, 2 errors, and 1 left on base here for the Rebels. And now the Trojans will exchange their gloves for the bats and come out swinging here in just a moment on Magnitude Sports.
Buffalo River Sales in Glendon has a rock-solid reputation of providing excellent service, support, and satisfaction. Buffalo River Sales prides themselves on giving customers the best service available, the best parts, and the best accessories, plus a staff that understands all aspects of the business. Check out the line of Hustler mowers and Flow trailers. Buffalo River Sales also offers military discounts. Keep your equipment running right by scheduling your service and repair needs today with Buffalo River Sales, 122 State Street Northeast in Glendon. Call 218-498-2800.
Our insurance agency is here to help you and your business. As an independent agent, we work with many companies that best fit your coverage needs. Feel free to give us a call today for your free quote.
LixonAndersonInsuranceInc.com or 218-236-7662. All right, welcome back. The DGF Rebels score 3 in the top of the first. It's time to see how Barnesville will respond here in the home half of the first, even though they are not officially the home team, except other than the scoreboard. I will give DGF this, though. Their nacho cheese Doritos are #1 out of any concession stand in the state. I think I may have just won some hearts back here, so. Burgers #2 and the nacho cheese Doritos #1, and the half and half iced tea Arnold Parmo light lemonades. Part of the $4 meal deal. So that alone there. $6 for a burger, chips, and a drink. That alone pushes them back to #1 now. So. Quincy Morey is the batter. We'll see Asher O'Brien and Colin Morey this inning as well. And the first pitch here to Quincy Morey will miss outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Peyton Oz is the pitcher, delivering those pitches there into the glove of Brody O'Keefe for the DGF Rebels. We'll go around the bases here in just a moment. 2-0, make it 3-0. Grant Anderson playing first base. You got Owen Hoover at second, Landon Johnson at the shortstop position, with Chandler Wasik over at third. In the outfield after this pitch, and Quincy Morey, moves up to first base on the walk. That brings up Asher O'Brien. Nick Wally in left field, Austin Anderson in right field, Alex Anderson in center field for the Rebels, and that's how DGF will set up defensively here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Peyton Oz with pitch #6, and it misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Asher O'Brien, an equal opportunity outfield hitter when he plays on Magnitude Sports. Several hits to left, center, and right, and left center and right center. And that's going to be close. At first, I thought he called him safe, and then in the motion of safe, he called him out. He kind of gave a trick signal there. So that takes the runner off base. I don't know if that official thought he was calling football and he was trying to signal an incomplete pass instead of a stolen base, but that's kind of what it looked like there, to be honest. Okay, we're going to let that one go now. And he just got hit by a pitch. Or did he? Maybe he didn't. I thought he was going to walk off. It's 2-0, so a lot of confusion here on the last 4 or 5 pitches. And he'll foul that one off to the first base side. And now he'll walk. Apparently that was a 3-2 count, and I must have missed a couple pitches.
Second baseman #7, Colin Morey.
So 1 away, 1 runner on, and now Colin Morey, the batter. When he goes to left field, he flies out. When he goes to any other portion of the outfield, it's a base hit. And now a quick jog up to the mound here for the DGF coach, as he'll have some words with Oss and the rest of his teammates. Once again, broadcast coverage of this game here between the Rebels and the Trojans is brought to you by Barnesville Cenex, Cash Concrete, Ratzel's Pool Hall, Randall's Excavating, Midwest Bank, Tommy's Express Car Wash, Priority Real Estate, Santana Concrete, Buffalo River Sales, now under new ownership, Gourmet Game Processing, Lixon Anderson Insurance, and Maple River Grain and Agronomy. Thank you, each and every one of you, for your support, making this broadcast possible here today on Magnitude Sports. We certainly appreciate that support. It's 1-0 to Colin Morey. And the pickoff attempt at first, it was close, but O'Brien slides back in safely. That one's hit well to right field, going back to the fence, and it is off the fence. And he is going to put on the brakes at second. He was about 4 inches on elevation short of having a solo home run as it hit just below that yellow topping of the outfield fence there. And it'll be good for a double. And it'll put runners on second and third for Carson Hagan. That one's into the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Three 3-0 lead for DGF. Barnesville threatening with 1 out here to trim that deficit quite significantly after committing 2 errors in the top of the first to assist in that 3-run. And that one is batted down by the third baseman. It was a hard hit ball. We'll see how they charge that one. I'm leaning hit, but depends on how hard it was hit. Could he made that play, or was it too hard of a hit ball?
Center fielder number 10, Jay Chamberlain.
They're going to give him a hit, so we will too. It's the second hit. That one right up over my right shoulder. Made a couple calls on the first game, so I decided to let them make a call. 1-0, and I honestly did not know how to charge that one.
See that thing from the top? Owen did that last night. Ball came in it. Where is that last night? In the speaker. No, just that.
That one's going to left, and that one is caught by Wally. Out number 2. Runners on first and second for Brady Nozzle.
It was the first game. Yeah.
Right fielder number 16, Brady Nozzle.
And this one is hit line drive right over to Landon Johnson for the third out. They will strand 2 on base, but they do get 1 across to trim the lead down to 3-1. And now coming up here for the Rebels in the top of the second will be Alex Anderson, Nick Wally, and Austin Anderson. Batters 8, 9, and 1 for DGF. Right after this here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Auto owner. Established in 1989, the charitable mission of the Barnesville Booster Club is to support local charities and organizations, especially those involving kids and youth. Learn more about the Barnesville Booster Club by following the Barnesville Booster Club Facebook page, where you can get more information on member drives, upcoming events, and more. You can also learn more by contacting the Barnesville High School office, and the Barnesville Booster Club can also be followed on Twitter. The Barnesville Booster Club wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. Go Trojans!
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today.
Center fielder number 4, Alex Anderson.
All right, welcome back. 20 minutes into ball game number 2 of the doubleheader here, and it is Alex Anderson. You'll see that pitch escape the strike zone. Oh, no, it will hit the edge of the strike zone. It's 0-1. Alex Anderson likes left field when he's on Magnitude Sports. And he's going to left there, but he drifted it foul. Strike 2. Brody Gray is about to toss pitch number 20 for the Trojans here. 21 minutes into the broadcast. Gray will wind up. And I missed that one. It's a ball, 1-2. That one will not drop into the strike zone. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nice, strikes him out. So the pitch right before that was almost an identical pitch, and it was a ball, and now it's a strikeout for Brody Gray.
Left fielder number 17.
Barnesville fans are not complaining. It's 1 strikeout for Brody Gray now here on the Tommy's Express Car Wash strikeout tracker. Nick Wally walking up to some Green Day. This one hit hard, missed by both the third baseman and the shortstop, and scooped up by Max Olson in left field, and we'll go ahead and make that a hit. Puts a runner on.
Number 6, your right fielder, Austin Anderson.
So Nick Wally to first, and Austin Anderson, the batter now here. He'll square off against Brody Gray's 25th pitch. And that one hit hard right over on a bouncer towards Morey, and he'll complete the 4-3 ground out as Wally advances to second. And there's 2 away. And now it's time for Landon Johnson.
Shortstop number 5, Landon Johnson.
Landon Johnson 0 for 1, reached on an error earlier in this game. And that will miss for a ball. Really difficult to tell what the strike zone actually is here in both of these games so far. 1-0. And that's a strike. Okay, and it looked like a strike from up here too. 1-1. 3 runs on 2 hits for DGF, 1 run on 2 hits for Barnesville. A couple errors, 3 runners left on base, 1 for the Rebels, 2 for the Trojans. And that pitch was a strike about 4 pitches ago, and now it's a ball. It's 2-1. The unsolved mysteries continue here. And who knows what that was? 3-1. And a little dribbler right back to Brody Gray, and a 1-3 ground out for out number 3. They'll strand 1 on base, and we'll go to the bottom of the second with the Trojans trailing 3-1. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. And they'll be Barnesville batting when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
Concrete is used in nearly every business and residence thanks to its durability and low cost. Whether it's your home, farm, or business, your concrete will likely need maintenance or repair given our harsh winters. The team at Cash Concrete has over 20 years experience and is able to provide the best, most cost-effective service in today's market. Call 701-219-0425 or visit cashconcretefm.com to get your free quote. Cash Concrete, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota commercial businesses and the community since 1995.
All right, it's Max Olson to lead things off here in the bottom of the second. He had a single to center field in game 1 of the doubleheader. Outside of that, he didn't reach base. This one is strike 2. Deep breath. All right. That one's up a little bit high. So the unsolved mysteries continue, even though it's a different team batting, and that's how you know I'm not cheering for one team or the other here. 1 and 2, and that is a strikeout. And we'll go with it. Goes down looking. Joey Torfin will step up to the plate now.
First baseman number 8, Joey Torfin.
And this one will be a bouncer right back to Oss. He'll pick it up. Delivers a high strike to Grant Anderson for the out. 1-3 on the ground out there, and that will bring up John Roller.
Designated hitter number 12, John Roller.
I'm guessing he checked the swing, so it'll be ball 1. That one's low for ball 2. Wind up in the 2-0 delivery, and that's a pass ball through the legs of O'Keefe for ball number 3. So Oss, a junior on the mound, has dug himself a 3-0 count. We'll see if he can cash in his free strike coupon here, because Roller will not be swinging. And he does. 3-1. Now let's see if he can sneak another one by him, but he pushes it to the outside and puts him on base as a result. So Roller walks, and Quincy Morey now is the batter here for Barnesville.
Number 6, the catcher, Quincy Morey.
As we've hit the 30-minute mark of this ball game already here in the bottom of the second. 4 runs across the plate. 1 for Barnesville, 3 for DGF. 4 hits, 2 for each team. Pair errors for Barnesville, and 4 left on base, 2 for each team up to this point in the contest here. 1 ball, no strike here to Quincy Morey. Once again, Ash O'Brien is the batter on deck. Only if Morey can reach base. Swing and a miss for a strike. 1-1. And that one will eventually roll foul. Strike 2. The ball didn't have a whole lot of spin on it. Could have come to a dead stop right on the left side of the line, but lucky for DGF, it did roll over. That one is hit well to center field. And making the catch is Alex Anderson. That'll retire Barnesville here in the second and put an end to 2 innings of play. 3-1, Rebels have the lead. And the Trojans strand 1 more on base for a total of 3 in the game. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Maybe you need a summer getaway. Contact Josh Weedcheck, your local hometown licensed real estate agent with Priority Real Estate in Barnesville. Josh will assist you in finding a new home for you and your family. Whether it's a pre-existing home or a lot available to build your own dream home, call or text Josh today. 218-790-2477. Priority Real Estate. Wishing the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
Our insurance agency is here to help you and your business. As an independent agent, we work with many companies that best fit your coverage needs. Feel free to give us a call today for your free quote.
Lixon Anderson InsuranceInc.com or 218-236-7662.
Grant Anderson.
All right, welcome back to Bob Marshall Field here in Dilworth, Minnesota. It's the DGF Rebels and the Barnesville Trojans. Rebels with a 3-1 lead, and they'll lift that one foul for strike 1 off to the first base side. It's Grant Anderson, the batter. He's 0 for 0. He was walked last time he was at the plate. And that one is fouled off to the opposite side. So 1 fouled away pitch out of play to the first base side and 1 fouled away pitch out of play to the third base side, and it makes it 0 no balls and 2 strikes. And that one came out of Gray's hand earlier than he wanted it to. Ended up going behind the back of Grant Anderson. Ball 1. And that's a sharp hit just past Asher O'Brien into left center field. It's good for a single. And Grant Anderson is on base. Asher O'Brien just needed an extra half step to secure that in his glove. And Anderson placed that hit just in the perfect spot to sneak it by him. And now they'll bring up Owen Hoover now. Hoover got a double into left center field last time he was at the plate. And this time at the plate, he'll face off against pitch number 35 from Brody Gray. It's a dead ball. And it's going to be hit by a pitch. Owen Hoover. So now 2 runners on base with nobody out. Here in the top of the third, Peyton Oss. Batter 5 in the lineup, steps up to the plate. Showing bunt, and I think he missed it. I believe it's a strike. We're going to go with it unless we're told otherwise. The 0-1 pitch, he'll square up, and he'll bunt it foul, and now the throw up to second is not in time, but they do get an out of the play there, as Oss will bunt out. Runners will stay where they're at, first and second. And
number 15, Carson Barrett.
Carson Barrett will be the batter. 0 for 1, grounded out to third base on a 5-3 last time he was at the plate. And that one hits him, and now the bases are loaded. And now Brody O'Keefe seems to have this problem of stepping up to the plate with the bases loaded. It happened 3 times in game 1, and now it's happened once here in game 2. And I say problem with a little bit of sarcasm to it, but and O'Keefe will down the third base line. They'll throw home for the force out, and that gets the lead runner. So that's out number 2. Bases remain loaded as O'Keefe reaches on a fielder's choice.
Center fielder number 4, Alex Anderson.
So they'll juggle the people around on the bases. You got Owen Hoover on third, Carson Barrett on second, and Brody O'Keefe on first. The runners on here, and Alex Anderson 0 for 1, struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. Brody O'Keefe will have a courtesy runner.
Courtesy running for O'Keefe.
And it looks like
Ethan Clemenson.
I did not catch the jersey number, and I don't have that name in my list. Okay, it's Ethan Clemenson on base, and I don't have his name in my roster here, so I'll have to manually add him and just remember that he must have been brought up since the last DGF game that I called. So it is 2-0. And there's a strike. So 3-1 now here to Alex Anderson after we got all that squared away. And hit towards third. He'll go and step on the bag for the third out. Hoover couldn't get to home plate before that happened, and that will end the third, and now strand 3 runners on base. Carson Barrett forced out at third. The other runners left stranded, giving Alex Anderson a fielder's choice. 2.5 done, and the Trojans up next here, trailing 3-1 when we come back after the break. Stay tuned. Ratzo's Pool Hall. You can find them at 205 Front Street in Barnesville. When you head over to Ratzo's Pool Hall, expect cold beverages, tasty and crispy pizza, as well as a friendly staff. Search for Ratzo's Pool Hall on Facebook. Give the page a like and follow so you can keep up to date with all the daily specials, new menu additions, and dates of special events such as karaoke and musical artists. Don't forget, if the Barnesville Trojans are playing, you can watch the game at Ratzo's Pool Hall. They invite you to stop by after the game. 205 Front Street in Barnesville, Ratzo's Pool Hall. Just a fun little place in a small town. All right, welcome back. We moved to the bottom of the third. We're 40 minutes into this ball game already. It's Asher O'Brien. He's 0-for-0. He's walked last time he was at the plate. Takes the first pitch into the dirt for ball one. Colin Morey and Carson Hagan are the next two batters that we'll see for sure here in the bottom half of the third. It's 2, 3, and 4. We'll see if we get to 5+ or not. Here's that one. We'll find it the ground in right center field. And O'Brien will put on the brakes and settle for a single. Colin Morey now.
Colin Morey.
Last time he was at the plate, he hit it to about the same spot Asher O'Brien hit it to just now. Matter of fact, he came about 4 inches shy of a 2-run homer last time he was at the plate, as the ball was elevated high enough and then it took a downward trajectory and just went underneath the yellow fence guard at the top of the fence there. Bounced off the fence. He was able to get a double out of it. Strike there, and it's 1-1. And there's another strike, and it's 1-2. Once again, broadcast coverage brought to you by Barnesville Cenex, Cash Concrete, Randall's Excavating, Ratzo's Pool Hall, Midwest Bank, Licks and Anderson Insurance, Buffalo River Sales now under new ownership as that one's fouled away off the third base side and will remain 1-2. Gourmet Game Processing, Dean's Bulk Service, Santana Concrete, Priority Real Estate Agent Josh Wiechek, Maple River Grain and Agronomy, and Randall's Excavating, among others, here, as we're under a sunny sky and 80 degrees here in Bob Marshall Field in Dilworth. 2-2 the count now here to Colin Morey with Carson Hagan on deck. And that pitch is a little bit low for ball 3, and we have a full count. I believe it might be the first full count of the game, actually. Only had about 4 or 5 of them in the first game of the doubleheader. Pickoff attempt there on O'Brien is no good. Payoff pitch. Fouled it at the plate. He'll earn himself another one. It'll be pitch number 7 of the at-bat here for Colin Morey. And pitch number 7 will be pitch 40 for Peyton Oz. Payoff pitch number 2 coming up here for Oz. He'll lean in, get the signal here from O'Keefe, step up, and now he'll try and pick off O'Brien on first. And O'Brien's back safely. Pitch is delivered. And that one, I think, came off the shoulder pad of Brody O'Keefe.
Win the battle here, 7. Here we go.
Coming up Thursday here on Magnitude Sports, you'll see the DGF Rebels again, this time on the road at Kruger Field in Perham as they take on the Yellow Jackets. Should be a good matchup. We'll have it live for you here on Magnitude Sports, so I'll encourage you to tune into that one. Another pickoff attempt on O'Brien, unsuccessful. After today, we'll have one more game for the Barnesville baseball team. It'll be on May 23rd. It'll be a home game for the Trojans and a single game against the Otter Tail Central Bulldogs. Morey walks, and that puts 2 runners on base here for Barnesville. And they are down 2. Carson Hagen steps up to the plate.
Third baseman number 11, Carson Hagen.
So an opportunity here with nobody out. You got to think if coach is going to have Hagen square up for a bunt possibly. We will see. He will not. Instead, he'll just take a hard hit to left field, and that could be enough to score O'Brien. And it is. And heading into third and pumping the brakes is Colin Morey. It's an RBI double for Carson Hagen, and it's 3-2.
Center fielder number 10, Jay Chamberlain.
So now it's a run game with 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. And Jay Chamberlain 0 for 1 with a ground out. Last time he was at the plate. So Colin Morey, the runner on third. Carson Hagen, the runner on second. Brady Nozzle's the batter on deck behind Jay Chamberlain, who swings and misses for a strike, and it's 1-1. And that one is in for strike 2. Osh just barely catching the outer edge of that plate there, seeing if Chamberlain would go after it and chase, and he didn't. Cost him a strike anyway. Now he tried to jam him up inside, and that will result in a fouled away pitch. Nobody out. A base hit could potentially give Barnesville a lead. And this one will bounce into the dirt, and Chamberlain will contain it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three in the top of the first for DGF, and a line drive, and now back to second. They got the double play.
That's 3 out.
That's 2 outs according to my numbers. A couple people wondering if it was 3 outs or not, but I have 2 outs, so scoreboard in the outfield has 2 outs. And Brady Nozzle has a 0-0 count.
Right fielder number 16, Brady Nozzle.
So Chamberlain line drives to the shortstop, and then they get the runner out at second. So Colin Morey remains alone on third base. He represents the tying run 90 feet away, and it's 1 ball, no strike here to Brady Nozzle. Make that 2 balls and no strikes. I have learned one thing, is to wait and just wait and wait and wait and see if it's a ball or strike, because you just don't know in this game. .30. And the free strike will be delivered there to Nozzle. Max Olson is the batter on deck with 2 away if Nozzle can reach base. And outside, and he does reach base on a walk. Runners on the corners now for Max Olson. Max 0 for 1, struck out looking last time he was at the plate. 49 minutes into the ball game here, as Brody O'Keefe will step up in front of home plate and give some signals to his teammates, communicating whatever message he was communicating. And the runner goes, and now the run's into center field. That's going to allow Morey to come in and tie the game. And heading over to third is Nozzle, and he's safe. So you can charge an error on that play, and then that brings in Morey from home. Charge that error to the catcher for the bad throw up to second. And now Max Olson is on third, and we have a tie ball game. Joey Torfin, 0 for 1, grounded out last time he was at the plate, right back to the pitcher. And he has at a 2-1 count now. First 2 pitches a ball, that one a strike. I'm sorry, this is actually, hang on a bit, I'm a batter ahead of myself here. This is Max Olson at the plate, not Brady Nozzle. Brady Nozzle is actually on deck, and we'll have to wait until the bottom of the 4th to see him. So, they score on an error to tie the game, and we're knotted up at 3 here at the completion of 3. We'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned.
Our insurance agency is here to help you and your business. As an independent agent, we work with many companies that best fit your coverage needs. Feel free to give us a call today for your free quote.
Lixon Anderson InsuranceInc.com or 218-236-7662.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, beverages, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee Kiosk open daily as well. Don't forget, you can pick up automobile supplies, and Barnesville Cenex is your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call 218-354-2139 or stop in at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
All right, welcome back. 3 complete, knotted up at 3-3.
Fielder number 17, Nick Wally.
And Nick Wally will send that one foul to the left field side. And now it's 2-1. Wally 1 for 1, singled to left field last time he was out to plate. DGF scoring 3 in the top of the first. Barnesville getting one of those 3 back in the bottom of the first. Neither team would score in the second, and they get the other 2 back in the bottom of the third. And now we move to the top of the 4th, knotted up at 3 apiece. 6 minutes in front of the 1 hour mark of the ball game. 2-2 the count. Gray, I think, has 1 strikeout, and now he might have 2. He has 1 for sure, and we'll see here what the Tommy's Express Car Wash strikeout tracker tells us, and it tells us that he has 2 of them in the game, so I was right. Need to go with my gut more often there. Austin Anderson, 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts to the second baseman on both of his trips to the plate here in Game 2. And he'll face pitch number 50 from Brody Gray. And pitch 50 is apparently going to miss for ball 1. 21 balls and 29 strikes on 50 pitches, according to my numbers unofficially. And the 1-0 pitch is going to miss on the edge for ball 2. And this one hit well to center field, and trying to make the diving catch was Max Olson. A for effort, but he couldn't quite get there. He needed an extra step and a half to complete that amazing play attempt. And that will result in a double here for Austin Anderson.
5, Landon Johnson.
But like I said, A for effort for left fielder Max Olson there. He really gave it his all on that one. Came up just about a step and a half short. And a strike is called there. Landon Johnson 0 for 2, reached on an error, grounded out to the pitcher last time he was at the plate. And that one will just miss. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on base. You got ones across the board. Here in a 3-3 ball game, 4 hits for each team. One error difference between the teams, 1 runner left on base difference between the teams. Like I said, up until that last pitch, it was ones across the board. It's now 2-1. So that 1 ball, 1 pitch difference between balls and strikes. So you still got ones across the board if you really want to dig deep into it, which I don't. And that one will miss for 3-1. And he'll walk him. It's a 5-pitch walk to Landon Johnson, and that brings up Grant Anderson. He's 1 for 1 in this game. He was walked his first time, and then on his most recent trip to the plate, he smashed a single over the head of the shortstop into left center field. Now 3 minutes in front of the 1 hour mark of the game. Here at 3-3. Hit well to right field, and that one might have the distance, and that one is gone. Hit the garbage can in the back of that orange vehicle, and that is a 3-run shot for Grant Anderson. I know your screen says 2, but it's a 3-run home run for Grant Anderson. So that breaks the 3-run, the
second baseman number 3,
3-3 tie. And all of a sudden, with 1 swing of the bat, the Rebels have doubled up the Trojans at 6-3. I bet whoever lives in that gray house will never park there again. All right, should more like a tan house. And that one flared off, foul. And this one hit well right up the middle. Takes a couple hops into medium center field where Chumperin will scoop it up, and it's good for a single. And the hits keep coming here for DGF.
Pitcher number 7, Peyton Haas.
And now Peyton Haas, 0 for 2. Reached on an error and was thrown out on a bunt attempt last time he was at the plate. Actually, it wasn't thrown out. He bunted it, and then it was popped up, and Quincy Morey, the catcher, caught it. That's what happened. 1 ball and 1 strike as Brody Gray crosses the 60 pitch mark. With that one here as we reach the 1 hour mark of the game. 6-3 DGF thanks to the bat of Grant Anderson, a 3-run homer to right field. And this one finds the gap between first and second. And now 2 runners are on base, and the Rebels have something cooking here. Carson Barrett will try and keep this going here with nobody, or 1 out, excuse me, here in the top of the 4th.
Designated hitter number 15, Carson Barrett.
He grounded out to third the first time he stepped up to the plate. And then on the most recent trip to the plate, he would end up advancing to first via hit by a pitch. Yeah, strike there. And a hard hit ball right over towards O'Brien. To second, now over to first. And they got it. A 6-4-3 double play. And that will take care of business here in the top of the 4th as Barrett grounds out into the 6-4-3, but not before a 3-run shot to right field accounts for all 3 runs in the top of the 4th, thanks to the bat of Grant Anderson. We'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned.
Santana Concrete LLC in Barnesville comes highly recommended from their customers, but don't take our word for it, take theirs. Dan states that the team is
polite, friendly, and efficient.
Lee tells us that
quality work for a fair price is hard to find.
Here's Mike from Post 400 Baseball.
Santana Concrete did a wonderful job laying the concrete foundation for our new press box.
And Jasmine shares
they do amazing work.
Check them out by searching Santana Concrete LLC on Facebook or call 218-790-6560.
All right, and just as we come back, Joey Torfing connects on a pitch and sends it to center field.
Designated hitter number 12, John Roller.
So it's a hit and a runner on, and a new pitcher for DGF, number 19, Ethan Clemenson. John Roller is the batter. 0 for 0. He was walked. Ethan Clemenson, it's his first day as a varsity player for DGF. Came in courtesy run a couple innings ago, and now he's on the mound tossing pitches, and that one's just a little bit outside. 2 balls and a strike here to John Roller. So we'll see how he does here in his varsity debut. And that one will miss again, and it's 3-1. So threw a ball to Torfin, then Torfin on the second pitch smacked it out into center field for the single. He's on first base. And now a balk is called before the pitch. So that pitch, it's as if that pitch never happened, and a free trip to second base for Torfin. So it remains 3-1 with nobody out. And now John Roller can go to first. Or can he? Yeah, well, I don't know. I had 3-1. Well, we'll see if the umpires agree or disagree, but I had 3-1 on my books.
On the block, the pitch doesn't count. No, check the book. See if it was 3-1 before that.
All right, well, it's 3-1, I think.
Good job, Blue. Sorry. Maybe you should let the umps up. You got it up. You're doing fine. Thank you.
Oh, I think that's the first time in the history of Magnitude Sports I heard a fan be kind to an umpire who made a mistake. And in my humble opinion, he did make a mistake, but we're all human. So a walk finally to Roller, and Quincy Morey the batter now. And that pitch is low for a ball to Quincy Morey. 0 for 1. Walked, and then he would fly out to center field on his most recent trip to the plate. And that one nearly hit Morey. He had to back up. Matter of fact, it did hit Morey. So he'll go to the base, and now load the bases here. So Clemenson's seen a little bit of everything on his varsity debut. He's walked the guy, he's given up a hit, he's committed a balk, and he's hit a batter by a it's probably a varsity debut he'd like to have over again. Looks like the Barnesville coach is going to have some words here with the umpire. So Asher O'Brien is tentatively the batter at bat here. All right, we'll get the camera back on the action here. And that one will escape, but it doesn't escape far enough for Torfin to come in from third. And it's ball 1 to Asher O'Brien. And that one is inside for ball 2. So Clemenson, we'll see if the first 10 pitches will be enough to get him back into a groove here, if that's what you want to call it. And pitch number 10 is in for strike 1. So on 10 pitches, 2 strikes and 8 balls. Giving up a balk and hit a batter and walked 2, I believe. Walked 1 for sure, maybe 2. Swing and a miss, and he gets strike 2. And we'll see if Clemenson can get his first varsity strikeout here on pitch number 12. Nobody out, bases loaded, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one's fouled away. Bounces into a basketball court over on the concrete. So O'Brien's going to make Clemenson work for the potential strikeout. And that's outside, and that will be 3 balls and no strike, 3 balls and 1 strike, and a run will score. That'll open up first base. So runners on second and third now, and a payoff pitch here to Ash O'Brien, 3-2.
Make him swing now. Don't let him just stand there.
And he had to duck out of the way there. Doesn't matter if he got hit or not. He's going to first either way. And now Colin Morey. And now there's a visit here to the DGF mound. Clemenson on his varsity debut will be done. 14 pitches, 10 balls, and 4 strikes. He'll get another chance in the future, but right now the DGF coach has decided to not allow him to have another chance, considering that Barnesville is only down by 2 with the bases loaded and nobody out. So we'll have a new pitcher here taking over for Ethan Clemenson. And that new pitcher will be, I believe, Bo Majerus. That's who I have on my roster as number 8. So Bo Majerus will be the new pitcher. He'll get some warm-up tosses here. And his first batter will be Colin Morey. We'll turn down that microphone there. We've dipped down to 79 degrees under a supposedly sunny sky. I'd call it more smoky or sunless, or I don't know. Broadcast coverage today of the Trojans and Rebels brought to you by Cash Concrete, Randall's Excavating, Licks and Anderson Insurance, Buffalo River Sales now under new ownership, Gourmet Game Processing, Tommy's Express Car Wash, along with Maple River Grain and Agronomy, Dean's Bulk Service, Santana Concrete, Priority Real Estate, Midwest Bank, Ratzel's Pool Hall, and Barnesville Cenex, making this broadcast between the Trojans and Rebels possible today here on Magnitude Sports. We certainly appreciate their support. Air quality is a 105, unhealthy for sensitive groups. Now you know. And that would probably go in favor of my statement that it looks like a smoky sky, actually. Over the next hour, we could potentially drop another 3 degrees down to about 76. But we've been hovering in the low 80s to right at 80 ever since the start of Game 1. It's been a fairly nice day here in Dilworth, Minnesota today. All right, the bases are loaded here for Bo Majerus. Ethan Clemenson will be responsible for all 3 runners on base should they come in and score. So Majerus will be responsible for Colin Morey, who's batting now, and anybody after him. And a strike. 1-1 the count here. Two and one. So that one goes into the dirt. Right on the edge, strike 2. Nice pitch there by Majerus. Swing and a miss, and he got him, and Bo Majerus records his first Tommy's Express Car Wash strikeout. It's the second of the game for DGF. And Carson Hagan now.
Number 11, Carson Hagan.
In game 2, he's had some success. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double. The single was a hard hit ball to third, batted down by the glove of the third baseman Wasik. And then the double was a deep shot into left field. And this one fouled off to the right side of the batter's box for strike 1. And the pitch. And that one will miss outside for a ball, 1-1. 1 hour and 17 minutes, time of the game now. Game 1 was 1 hour and 24 minutes, so we're about 6 minutes shy of matching that here. A deep, oh, just foul. Just foul down the third base side, and that'll be strike 2. Thought for a moment there he was going to drop at least a double into left field, but went a little bit early on that swing.
Got this, Bo. He'll just stand there. Throw straight.
And a hard hit ball that bounces over. They get the runner at second. And now the throw home, and we have a one-run ball game. The throw home will be an error. So Carson Hagan reaches on a fielder's choice that scores John Roller. And Roller will score. Morey over to third. Ash O'Brien out at second on the force out. Hagan on first. That leaves runners on the corners. Puts a run across the plate to make it 6-5. And that one's fouled up. It's Jay Chumperland, the batter. 0-1. So now the tying run is 90 feet away. Standing on third, it's Quincy Morey. Actually, no, he's not standing on third. It is first and second. Actually, it is just second. Not sure how I screwed that one up. Unless 2 runs came across and scored, but... I have to look at the replay on here. That's what I thought. All right. So it is indeed knotted up at 6. And there's a runner on second. That's Carson Hagan. Yep. And that one fouled off, and it's 0-2. All of a sudden, that 3-run homer from Grant Anderson doesn't sting so much anymore. Swing and a miss, and a throw up to third, and the ball goes into left field. But it was an 0-2 count, and he swung and missed. He fooled everybody. So that play at third doesn't even matter because it's a strikeout swinging, and that will be strikeout number 3 for the Rebels and the second one for Bo Majerus as we complete the top of the 5th. It'll be, or we complete 4, excuse me, and we go to the top of the 5th. It'll be Brody O'Keefe along with Alex Anderson, Nick Wally, the bottom of the order. 7, 8, and 9 when we return after this. 6 runs in the inning, 3 off the bat of Grant Anderson. The Trojans respond and get all 3 of those back, and we're still knotted up at 6 apiece here after 4 complete. We're back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Santana Concrete LLC in Barnesville comes highly recommended from their customers. But don't take our word for it, take theirs. Dan states that the team is
polite, friendly, and efficient.
Lee tells us that
quality work for a fair price is hard to find.
Here's Mike from Post 400 Baseball.
Santana Concrete did a wonderful job laying the concrete foundation for our new press box.
And Jasmine shares
they do amazing work.
Check them out by searching Santana Concrete LLC on Facebook or call 218-790-6560.
All right, welcome back. All knotted up at 6 each. So Brody Gray gets a strike on Brody O'Keefe. It's Brody versus Brody here in the top of the 5th. And did he drop a second strike in? It certainly looked like it, but no. 1-1. Now on a minute. Yeah, I guess it'll be strike 2. I should have listened to my own advice back a couple innings ago when I said I just had to wait for the call to be made. But 1-2, and that one's fouled, and it'll remain 1-2. That much I know for sure. Two pitches shy of 70 for Brody Gray. 28 balls and 40 strikes on 68 tosses. And throw 69 is going to deep center all the way back, and it is off the fence for a double. That's the second ball that's been hit just off the upper part of the fence here in this game. For a moment there, we thought DGF might have the lead back. But instead, it's just a double to deep center, and Alex Anderson will try and bat in O'Keefe now from second base. With nobody out, a base hit could give the lead right back to the DGF Rebels. Squaring up to show bunt, and he'll pull the bunt back, and it's ball 1. DGF Rebels were undefeated until their last doubleheader against East Grand Forks. They would drop both of them. They bounced back in convincing fashion with a 10-0 win in 5 innings in Game 1. And now they are battling here in a 6-6 tie with Barnesville in Game 2. And East Grand Forks, rather convincing wins over DGF in that doubleheader. I believe that was in East Grand Forks, if I remember correctly. One and one, the count. Two one, he'll bunt it foul for strike 2. And that'll take care of the bunts. If he bunts it foul on a 2-strike count, that would be an out. 2-2 the count here to Alex Anderson. On deck is Nick Wally. And he strikes him out for out number 1. Strikeout number 3 for the Trojans on the Tommy's Express Car Wash strikeout counter.
Number 17, Nick Wally.
And now Nick Wally will step up to the plate here for the Rebels. He'll face pitch 74. DGF 12-2, 18-8 loss and a 21-3 loss to East Grand Forks, and that is very uncharacteristic of DGF baseball, to be 100% honest with you. Usually they are the one piling up 10, 12, 14 runs, and the most runs they'd ever given up is this one is right in front of the dugout, and the catch is made for out number 2. They had an 11-8 win over Breckenridge on the road and an 11-8 win over Frazee on the road. That was the only other 2 times this season they gave up 8 runs outside of the 18-8 loss to, okay, let's try that again. They had never given up more than 8 runs until the game against East Grand Forks. And that one will, a nice diving stop there by Colin Morey, and he got the ground out completed. Excellent play for the 3rd out. So they'll strand 1 on base. A lot of DGF fans thought that was going to be a hit into right center field, and to be honest, so did I. But Colin Morey said, not a chance. And that will do it for 4.5. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th right after this here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Gourmet Game Processing is the definition of delicious. They provide the best in the products that they offer and how they process your game meat. But they offer more than just high-quality, delicious products. They are a full-service meat shop that has become an important part of the local community, and they are proud to sponsor today's DGF broadcast. Located on Center Avenue in Dilworth and online at gourmetgameprocessing.net.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
All right, welcome back here to Bob Marshall Field in Dilworth. First pitch there comes across for a strike. I think it's Brady Nozzle, the batter. He's 0 for 2, grounded out to the 3rd baseman, and he struck out looking. Swings and a miss for strike 2 here. And he got him. That is the 3rd strikeout for Bo Majera since he came in relief back in the 4th inning.
Left fielder number 17, Max Olson.
5 total for DGF pitchers so far here in Game 2. As we reach the 1 hour, 30-minute mark of the ball game, it's Max Olson 0 for 2 as a victim of 2 of those 5 strikeouts. And he gets strike 1 here on a fouled away pitch at the plate. It's popped up and it soars out of play over the Barnesville dugout. Strike 2 now. And a strike out, number 4. I gotta double check the numbers here. I'm losing count now. Let's take a look right now here. Find out. Yeah, I was right the first time. It is his 4th strikeout. All 4 batters have gone down swinging. A total of... I'm not going to say that thought here. 0-1. 0-2. Joey Torfin 1 for 2, grounded out and singled to center field. And that one's just a little bit low for Majerus, who's done an excellent job on the mound here for the Rebels since he came in relief of Clemenson back in the 4th inning. Oh, and he got him. Swing and a miss. It was a late swing, and that's strikeout number 5 for Bo Majerus. All right, we move to the top of the 6th now, and it will be batters number 1, 2, and 3. Austin Anderson, Landon Johnson, and Grant Anderson for the DGF Rebels. When we return after the break here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Maybe you need a summer getaway. Contact Josh Weedcheck, your local hometown licensed real estate agent with Priority Real Estate in Barnesville. Josh will assist you in finding a new home for you and your family. Whether it's a pre-existing home or a lot available to build your own dream home, call or text Josh today. 218-790-2477. Priority Real Estate. Wishing the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
Newell set it up near side. Lexi Ballgreen picked, and it's a kill for Ballgreen. That holds the Barnesville Trojans within a point. They get the serve back. Inquest works out of the shotgun again. He's looking deep, and he's got a man with a little bit of room. It bounces off the back of the neck of a Barnesville Trojan, and it's intercepted. Gannon Ballgreen will get the deflected pass.
The ball is intercepted on the deflection by number 6, Gannon Ballgreen.
All right, welcome back. Top of the 6th, all knotted up at 6 here in Bob Marshall Field in Dilworth. Pitch 76 will lead off the top of the 6th for Brody Gray on the mound, and the youngsters will chase that fouled away pitch into the batting cages. Austin Anderson 1 for 3, a pair of ground outs to second, and a double to left field. And that one came a little bit too much inside. One and one. That one is Fouled off. I thought it went out of the park, but it didn't. It stayed in the park, but it's still foul nonetheless. And it's a 2-strike count now here to Austin Anderson. And that one is low and out for ball 2. Coming up Thursday here on Magnitude Sports, we'll see the Rebels again. It's a doubleheader on the road at Kruger Field in Perham as they will take on the Yellow Jackets, and we'll have both games of that doubleheader for you live here on Magnitude Sports. And then Friday, we'll see Barnesville against Otter Tail Central in a single game from Reed Field in Barnesville. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that'll be their first home game of the season, as all their other home games have been rescheduled due to unplayable field conditions, which is almost the exact same story for DGF, but they were able to sneak in a couple home games here this season, but they've had the same problem, as their last home game was rescheduled as a doubleheader out in Hawley, where DGF would take care of business in the first game of the doubleheader, and then the second game of the doubleheader was never started, and then they were going to reschedule to Wednesday of last week. And then the rainstorm hit Hawley, an overnight thunderstorm rolled through, and now game 2 of that doubleheader versus Hawley has been rescheduled to May 25th right here at Bob Marshall Field. It's part of a triangular between Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton, Hawley, and Ada Borup, Norman County West. So due to the fact that game 2 of the Hawley game was rescheduled here, we're just going to do all 3 of those games for you here on May 25th, assuming the weather cooperates and allows the teams to play on this field. And then right after that, the section tournament will kick into action. So those games on May 25th for DGF, one against Hawley, one against Ada Borup, Norman County West, will be the final 2 regular season games for the DGF Rebels. Short delay in the action here. And this one comes off the handle of the bat, and it is into the glove of Max Olson for out number 1. I'll bring up Landon Johnson now. 1 hour and 37 minutes into the game.
Now the segment, number 3, maneuver.
And actually, they're going to make a swap here. Stepping into the number 2 spot is Owen Hoover. Either that or I screwed up. Yeah, no, I screwed up somewhere. Hang on. We're going to do something a little different here. All right, now we're caught up. Once again, Owen Hoover, and it's 1 ball, no strike here. 2 for 2. A double to left center, hit by a pitch, and a single to center in this second game of the doubleheader. And a strike. Here's the windup, and it is outside for ball 2, and that is pitch 83 with pitch 84 on the horizon here for Brody Gray. You don't frequently see pitchers go into the 90s, but occasionally you do, and this might be one of those occasions. And that one's hit up high, left field, Max Olson calling everybody off, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So Max Olson responsible for both outs in this inning so far. And now it's Peyton Oss who will step up to the plate here. And
number 7, Peyton Oz.
1 hour and 40 minutes, and he'll face pitch 85 from Brody Gray. 90 to 100 pitches is more common with softball pitchers, but you don't see that too often with baseball. That pitch is just a little high for a ball, 1-0. But in a 6-6 game, he's pitching very well for 85 pitches under his belt, 50 strikes, 35 balls, according to my numbers unofficially. That one will apparently just miss, and it's 2-0. Or, yeah, I think it's 2-0. Okay, it's 2-1. Scoreboard momentarily said 4-1, and that's what threw me off. And there's a strike, and now it's 2-2. I didn't know scoreboards could go to 4. I thought they automatically flipped at 3, but maybe not. Maybe not all of them. Maybe some do, but not all of them. And this apparently is one of those that don't. And this one comes off the handle of the bat again. Carson Hagan is there for the catch. 1-2-3. The Rebels go down here in the top of the 6th in a 6-6 game. And now it's up to Barnesville to see if they can break the tie here with 6 outs remaining. Going to the bottom of the 6th, it's 9-1-2. Roller, Maury, and O'Brien are the scheduled batters pending changes. 6-6 after 5.5 here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
I'm assuming your favorite Timberwolves player is Anthony Edwards and Dan.
Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your local Health Mart pharmacy and hardware Hank store in Barnesville. Open weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays until noon. Stop in at 117 Front Street to select your next grill or smoker. Choose from a wide variety including Pit Boss, Weber, Traeger, and Blackstone. Let one of Barnesville Drug and Hardware's friendly team members help you pick the grill or smoker that's just right for you. Search Barnesville Drug and Hardware on Facebook and give them a like and follow. Barnesville Drug and Hardware wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and this season.
All right, 6-6 is our score. Just need to give the Rebels one more hit here. So we'll do that really quick. See if all the other numbers are right. 6926 and 6525. No, 6425. Yep. Okay, what you see on your screen is correct.
Leading out the bottom of the 6th, Barnesville. Designated hitter number 12, John Roller.
All right, so ready to go here in the home half of 6 with the visiting Barnesville Trojans occupying that half of the scoreboard. Here in Game 2, it's how they do it in all Heart of Lakes matchups. It's like a mutual agreement. And I would love to figure out a way where I could push one button on my system here and flip-flop them. But I still have not figured out how to do that, so I got to manually do it. And thankfully, I'm able to get it done between games. But if I could make it easier, I will.
everything was in one. I take after the
And that one's going to center field, and it looks like Anderson's there, and he is. Out number one here on the first pitch of the bottom of the sixth, or second pitch
Quincy Morey.
of the bottom of the sixth. And now Quincy Morey, number 6, steps up to the plate here in a 6-6 game in the bottom of the sixth. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, fly out to center. He was hit by a pitch last time he was at the plate. That one may have escaped the hand of Majerus and didn't sink down like he wanted it to. 1 ball, no strike. But Majerus coming in the bottom of the 4th in relief for Ethan Clemenson, who was taken out after just 11 pitches, has done a fabulous job. And he jammed up Morey to the inside, up in and high, and Morey climbed the ladder and paid the price, 1-1. And now he's going to the outside, and Morey will not chase. And it's 1-2 as he takes a strike on the edge anyway, and that's what we talk about with the inside-outside pitching. That's how to strategize with each batter. And now he goes low and out again, and that's 2-2. So he could afford to deliver that one, but Morey did not chase it. Probably a little bit more conservative after getting jammed up high inside. He goes up high inside again, and it results in ball 3, and we have a full count. 1 hour, 47 minutes, time of the game. Game 1 ended in 1 hour and 24, so we're about 22 beyond that. And he finds the gap into right field. Quincy Morey on with a base hit single on a full count. And that brings up Asher O'Brien. So Morey back to the top of the order with Asher O'Brien. No, I take that back. O'Brien's number 2. I got mixed up with his jersey number, which is number 1. So apologies on that one. O'Brien's 1 for 1. He walked, then he singled to right field, then he walked again. And this will be his first plate appearance facing Bo Majerus. He'll face pitch number 30 from Majerus. And that pitch will come in for strike 1. So Majerus will lean in and set. He'll agree to the signal. Now take a glare over at first and deliver. And that's hit well left field. Charging in is Wally, and he will not get there in time. It'll drop for a base hit, and now there's 2 runners on.
Second baseman number 7, Colin Morey.
And it's 2-0 now here to Morey. So runners on first and second now. Quincy Morey on second, Asher O'Brien on first, and Colin Morey the batter. And he swings and he pops it up, and that's out of play off to the left side of the press box for strike 1. 2-1 the count now here to Colin Morey. On deck for Barnesville is Carson Hagen. Morey and Hagen represent batters 3 and 4 in the lineup here for Barnesville. 1 away if no double plays happen. We'll see Carson Hagen next. 2-1. Majerus delivers. Got it in there for strike 2 to even things up. And this next pitch is a big one. It's the difference between bases loaded or 2 outs. There was nobody on second, and a good job by Majerus to not throw that ball into center field as a result. A little healthy leadoff for O'Brien on first. Delivers the pitch outside, and it pops the opposite side of O'Keefe, and that's going to easily allow the runners to advance. Unlucky bounce there for DGF.
Well, they advanced.
Full count now, and now this is an even bigger pitch. Bases loaded with 1 out, or second and third with 2 outs. If you're DGF, you want that second out. There's no doubt about it. And he walks him, and that is bases loaded. And coach is going to come out. Yes, he is. You see him peek out of the corner of your screen. He's going to have a chat with Majerus and company here. I don't think Majerus is going to come off. I think he's fine. I think it's just going to be a little pep talk here from, oh, maybe I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I did not think that he was going to pull him, but he made the tough decision to do just that. So Majerus now done 36 pitches, 26 strikeouts, 10 balls. I'm sorry, let's try that again. 36 pitches, 26 strikes, 10 balls, 5 strikeouts, all 5 of them swinging. He's responsible for Morey and O'Brien on second and third should they come in and score here in a 6-6 game. And we'll have a new pitcher now here for the Rebels. And it's going to be Grant Anderson. He'll come in from first base to take over for the Rebels. So he'll get some warm-up tosses here, and we'll see. Looks like if he would move his arm, that'd be great. So Owen Hoover moves over to first base, maybe. I'm going to hold off on that for a moment here. No, Owen Hoover is going to stay at second, and coming in will be Brody O'Keefe at first. That means we'll have a new catcher. And it looks like maybe 15. Carson, I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, it is. It is Carson Barrett who's catching now. So that means we'll have also no, we won't have anybody new. I think that covers everything. All right, so Grant Anderson now pitching, Carson Barrett now catching, Brody O'Keefe over at first, Owen Hoover at second, Landon Johnson at shortstop, and Chandler Wasik remains at third. Outfield, I believe, remains the same. Looking out there, 17, 4, and 6. Yes, so your outfield remains the same. So Grant Anderson will toss his first pitch here.
Now pitching Grant Anderson. Now catching Carson Barrett. Moving first base, Brody O'Keefe.
All right.
Coming to the plate, third baseman number 11, Carson Hagan.
So Grant Anderson is first. Batter will be Carson Hagan with the bases loaded and 1 out here for Barnesville in the bottom of the 6th in a 6-6 tie ball game. See if Anderson can pitch his team out of this jam as we reach the 1 hour 54-minute mark of the ball game, and his first pitch is in for a ball. It's 1-0. And that one's outside, and it's 2-0. And he'll get a strike there.
Keep the spot, Grant. Go, Grant. Nope.
Another strike and 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Quincy Morey on third. Asher O'Brien on second. Colin Morey on first. Jay Chumplin on deck. Here's the pitch. Swung on and popped up. Could be a chance there for Landon Johnson, the shortstop, and he will make the catch, and the runners will stay put. Out number 2, and that brings up Jay Chumplin.
Center fielder number 10, Jay Chumplin.
Sagan will pop out to the shortstop. Runners stay put on their original bases. Chumplin 0 for 3, ground out. Struck out looking and struck out swinging. And that pitch is low and out for ball 1 here to Chumplin. Brady Nozzle is a scheduled batter on deck, and he is on deck with 2 away. If Chumplin can reach base, we'd see him next. And if swing and a miss, and if that were to happen, if the only way Nozzle can come up to the plate is if Barnesville gets themselves a 7-6 lead or higher. And that's a good pitch there. Had Chumperling guessing, and now it's 1-2. Can he get one more like that? That's the question. And it's tipped foul. And it'll hit him, and Barnesville will get the lead via a hit by a pitch. That'll bring in Quincy Morey from third, and Chumperlin reaches base on a hit by a pitch, and now Brady Nozzle is the batter. Grant Anderson wishes he would have that pitch back to try again. As we're sneaking up on the 2-hour mark of this game here. But it's been a fun 2 hours here. And at the 1 hour, 57-minute mark, it's been a little bit more fun for Barnesville fans. But not by much. Anybody who knows anything about baseball knows that this lead is not a safe lead. Strike one. Who cares about the Lakers and Nuggets? We're tuned into a dandy right here. And there's going to be maybe, nope, all the runners will retreat.
All right, get the batter now. Here we go.
1-1 the count. Bases loaded for Barnesville. They're up 7-6 now here with 2 away and a 1-1 count. Fouled off, it's 1-2. So now Grant Anderson needs to sneak a pitch by the bat of Nozzle
Same thing.
to end this inning and strand those runners on base and stay within 1.
No.
Tried to curve it over the outside edge, but just missed. But he did have a pitch to work with to try and hit that edge. So he can actually try that one more time if he wishes. And he will try it one more time, and he'll miss again. And it's 3-2. Strike ball, fouled away, ball. Full count and a big pitch here. A strike to end it, or a ball to make it 8-6. And on the edge, he strikes him out. They strand 3 on base, and we go to the 7th inning of play. with the Trojans up by 1. The Rebels need at least 1 to force the bottom of the 7th. We'll see if they can do it when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you.
All right, we have a pitching change here for Barnesville as well as a couple other changes. We're going to hopefully get the answer. Yes, we will. Yes. Okay, so Carson Hagen now pitching. Colin Morey moves over to third, and coming into the game to play second base is number 14, Brody Gray. Everybody else remains in their same positions here. And Carson Barrett 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts, and in the middle of those 2 groundouts, he was hit by a pitch. We've crossed the 2-hour mark of the game at 2 hours and 1 minute. And that pitch will miss low and out for a ball here to Carson Barrett.
There we go.
2 balls and no strikes. Brody Gray, 89 pitches, 36 balls, 53 strikes. Allowed 6 runs on 9 hits. And stranded 6 DGF runners on base. Two hours and 2 minutes now, time of the game. And that one is right down towards Joey Torfin at first. He'll step on the bag and not risk what happened in game 1 by giving it to the pitcher. And now it's up to Brody O'Keefe.
First baseman number 9, Brody O'Keefe.
And for the first time in this doubleheader, the bases are not loaded for Brody O'Keefe when he steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 3, ground out, reached on a fielder's choice. He doubled on a deep shot to right center last time he was at the plate. One and all here to O'Keefe. And did he check his swing? I think it may have. I think he wanted to check his swing, but I think the pitch came off his bat anyway. So that results in a fouled away pitch, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1.
And this one's hit up center field.
No, that's too easy.
And Jay Chumplin makes the easy catch for out number 2. And now the Barnesville Trojans are 1 out away from handing the Rebels their 3rd loss of the season.
Center fielder number 4, Alex Anderson.
And it will be Alex Anderson who will try and keep this thing going here for the Rebels. 1 swing of the bat could force the bottom of the 7th. They need 1 run. That pitch is inside for a strike, 0-1. Alex Anderson, 0 for 3. Struck out swinging, reached on a fielder's choice, and he grounded out to second base. And on that ground out to second base, it was almost a base hit, but Brody, or the then second baseman, had to make a diving catch to keep that from going into the outfield and complete the 4-3 ground out. It was a really nice play. Oh, and 2. And that one's low for a ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. First game was an hour and 24 minutes. This one currently sitting at 2:05. 1 ball and 2 strikes and 2 outs. And the pitch swung on, and it is.
It was foul.
It's foul. That was very close to the base there. I couldn't quite tell from where I'm sitting, but the umpire has that line of sight right down the third base line, and he can easily make that call. So I trust that call 100%. From my vantage point, it looked like it may have been fair, but vantage points are everything on plays like that. This one popped up, way up, and this is a chance for Asher O'Brien, and he makes the catch, and D. Jeff will fall to the Barnesville Trojans, 7-6 here, your final score in Game 2. Great ball game between these two clubs, and the Barnesville Trojans hang on to win it. There you see your line score. I want to say thanks to Jim for watching and making some awesome comments during the game. Carson Hagan finishes his trip on the hill with 11 pitches, 4 balls and 7 strikes. Time of the game, 2 hours, 7 minutes, as Anderson will fly out or pop out to the shortstop. And the DGF Rebels suffer their 3rd loss of the season. But a great game nonetheless. Nothing to hang their heads about. And let's take a look at the schedule here. So now that these 2 games are done, tomorrow we have Game 1 of the Blue versus White series. That was actually scheduled to start on May 22nd. Now it's scheduled to end on May 22nd because of weather. It delayed and rescheduled a new fence being built at the field. So now the games have been pushed up so they can get that fence in. So there, now you know the story behind that. And then Thursday, we'll see the DGF Rebels again. They'll see if they can bounce back after this 1-1 split with Barnesville and pick up a sweep over the Perham Yellow Jackets. First pitch from Kruger Field in Perham is at 4 o'clock. And then Chris will be on the air with the Holly Nuggets and Pelican Rapids Vikings, also with a doubleheader at 4 o'clock. And then Game 2 of the Blue-White series, we'll have Grant and Luke taking care of that one for us on Thursday. We thank those two for stepping up to the plate, as originally that game was not supposed to be played on Thursday, and now we have 5 games for you coming up here on Thursday on Magnitude Sports. And then a little bit easier day on Friday, just 1 single game, no doubleheader, just 1 single game, as we'll travel to Evansville for the Brandon Evansville Chargers taking on the Pelican Rapids Vikings. And then back to Moorhead, Jim Gotta Stadium, is Dakota Fusion. Take on the Minnesota Twin Stars in an NPSL soccer matchup. The Fusion went to a 1-1 draw with Med City last Saturday on Magnitude Sports. If you missed that game, you can catch it on demand at any time. And then we'll see Sunday. We'll wrap up the week and start the next week with a doubleheader between the Post 400 Astros and Lisbon here on Magnitude Sports. And then you can dig deeper into that schedule by going to our website at magnitudesn.com. You can follow us on our social media pages at Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Once again, your final score in Game 1, the DGF Rebels 10-0 in 5 innings over the Trojans, and the Trojans get one back in Game 2, holding on to a 7-6 win here in the top of the 7th. Thanks so much for tuning in. We hope you have a great night, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow here on Magnitude Sports.
The preceding broadcast was an exclusive presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Subscribe, click the bell, and visit magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.